Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So let's just dive in. And I want to start off this video talking about cross-border payments. As we look at the cross-border payment market, this has been a market that's been ripe for disruption for well over a decade. And as we look at the technology, we have it now. We have the technology to bring a facelift to this market and ultimately make these payments a lot more efficient by not only speed, cost, transparency, security, and etc., but also digitizing the entire process. Now, with this, we look at a few companies. Obviously, one of the main ones that we talk about on this channel is obviously Ripple with XRP, but Stellar with XLM is also a big one. And a lot of people want to compare these two and say Stellar is going after Ripple, Ripple's going after Stellar, these two are competing, the blah, blah, blah. The problem is that guess what? The truth of the matter is that this is a $156 trillion market that's expected to grow to $250 trillion by 2027. And as we look at that, it's not going to just be one player really making that market efficient. It's going to be a collaborative effort. So to me, when I look at Stellar and I look at Ripple, I think that these two are going to complement each other greatly. Now, here we have an announcement from Stellar themselves. Stellar once again makes the FXC top 100 list, celebrating the most important players in the cross-border payment space out of 15,000 plus entities tracked. Congrats to all those in the ecosystem working to improve cross-border payments year after year. And you could read a little bit more about this. So we do see the world of crypto may have faced significant challenges over the past year, but decentralized network Stellar remains one of the most important in the crypto payment space. Now in FXC Intelligence's cross-border payments 100 for the second year running, Stellar is a critical player in a number of industry crypto initiatives, including through its integration with MoneyGram, which by the way, recently MoneyGram just expanded. I'll talk to you guys about that here in a second. As crypto faces ongoing growing pains, we look forward to seeing how the Stellar network continues to set itself apart. And then over here, since the inception of the Stellar network, SDF has worked to leverage its strengths to deliver real-world utility and create more equitable access to the global financial system. In a year where the industry spotlight is finally focused on use cases and utility, we're glad to see Stellar recognized as an essential player in cross-border payments. And yes, as we do look at this list, one thing that's very, very significant to note on this is the three main players around crypto. So this is a list of the 100 main players around cross-border payments, and they are very vast, from e-commerce, banks, VC-backed companies, public companies, crypto, independently owned companies, and even private equity backed companies as well. These are very vast names, very large names as well, as you guys do see Swift there, Travelex Bank for an example, and so many others. But you see those three names, Circle, Ripple, and Stellar. Now, Circle, we know that they're playing with their USDC stablecoin, so there's not much of a big deal there. Obviously, yes, they are still streamlining payments with stablecoins, but they are sourcing power from Ripple and even Stellar. We know this from the past. Now, also, as we do look at the other two, Ripple and Stellar are there. And yes, you might say, well, these two are competing. Look at all of these other major companies. Do you think that all of these other companies and these banks, etc., are all competing against each other? No, it's a collaborative effort. As we look at Ripple and Stellar, I think that these two complement each other greatly. I've always looked at Stellar for P2P and Ripple for B2B. I think that this is also the main reason why MoneyGram parted ways with Ripple, is because it didn't really highlight their main use case. As we go over here to the April 27th article named Stellar Partner Launches Cross-Border Payment Solution in Chile. Yes, MoneyGram expanded its service into Chile. This is actually a pretty large market. There's 1.5 million people who sent a whopping almost $1 billion through traditional means. Now, to most people, hey, that might not be a lot, but there is a lot of demand for these cross-border settlements to be streamlined. And that's still a large amount of money when compared to most. But this is just through one expansion. MoneyGram is a much larger company and they have expansions to many areas out there. Chile is just not the only one. As we do look down here though, you could see how they are saying one of such moves includes partnering with Ripple's rival, talking about how the company has been taking steps to offer the best fintech services, which I just find funny, right? Because like everyone thinks of these two as rivals, but when you actually look at these payments, as you look at these updates from MoneyGram, for example, you could see that this is P2P. This is for, individuals to send money back. This is the migrant population of 1.5 people sent a whopping 762 million. This isn't like Travelex Bank, right? That partnered with Ripple recently. Travelex Bank is an institutional grade client. It's a B2B client. As we look at this is more P2P, which is exactly why I've said like Stellar and Ripple are not competing. They are complementing each other by not only trying to digitize, but evolutionize the cross-border payment sector. Now, also, as we do look at a few things, I want to go over here as well. So here's the ecosystem map of Stellar. Very vast, very large, and this continues to expand. This goes from wallets all the way over to built on Stellar, which you can see all of the main names tied to Stellar. Now, this does go on to list many other ones as well, but mainly it's for payments and cash to crypto and things like that. Obviously, this is much larger than that too, because we do see NFTs and DeFi, which DeFi has been like the main thing that I've been focused on quite a bit. But this one here, Soraban, this is huge. This is smart contracts. So smart contracts are coming to Stellar, and this is going to open the door for a lot more to be realized in, especially around DeFi use cases, which I'm very excited about. But also so much more is happening on the ecosystem itself, as you guys do see from this map, which is very exciting. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because XLM is still getting overlooked greatly, and we will talk about that as well. But as we look at the real TPS demand of Stellar, and as we look at the overall ecosystem and the expansion of their partners, I'm very excited for the future of Stellar. Yes, I do think that XLM has been stifled quite a bit, just like XRP, which I will address here in a second on the price chart. But as we look at Stellar, it's right on par with some of the larger chains out there like Algorand, Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, etc. And it's actually boasting more TPS than most of them, which is very, very exciting. Now, also, we just seen Stellar take a huge step forward. Stellar Network launches first US mutual fund on public blockchain. And check this out. So here we have big news. Franklin Templeton's on-chain US government money fund is now available on the Stellar Network through the Benji Investments app. The first mutual fund to use public blockchain technology for transactions and share ownership. This is very large. I actually think that this is very big, and I think that's very exciting as well. We do see down here that per the announcement, the fund's transfer agent maintains the official record of share ownership via a proprietary blockchain integrated system that currently utilizes the Stellar blockchain network for transaction activity. Stellar also revealed an exciting milestone for the first registered US fund on its network, which surpasses 270 million in assets under management. The development is significant as it shows the potential for greater interoperability in the financial system by reflecting a considerable integration between blockchain technology and traditional financial institutions. And when we actually look at the scope of this, check out this announcement. So here's the press release. Franklin Templeton announces the Franklin on-chain US government money fund surpasses 270 million in assets under management. So pretty large. But as we do scroll down here, look at the scope of this actual company. So here we have that they are serving clients in over 155 countries, pretty large. But then down here, with offices in more than 30 countries and approximately 1,300 investment professionals, the California-based company has 75 years of investment experience and approximately $1.4 trillion in assets under management as of March 31st, 2023. So this is a very, very big thing. Very big deal, very exciting. And as we do scroll up, we could see a few quotes here. One, we believe that blockchain technologies have the potential to reshape the investment management industry by providing greater transparency and lower operational costs for traditional financial products. Blockchains like Stellar's are important to the investment process of the future, and assets built on blockchain rails, like the Franklin on-chain US government money fund, will eventually be interoperable with the rest of the digital asset ecosystem. And then down here, we also do see Stellar is built and optimized for asset tokenization, and the Franklin on-chain US government money fund exemplifies the blockchain's usability. We do see Stellar is evolving traditional financial products and processes, making markets more accessible and empowering more people. So this is very cool to see. I'm very, very excited about this. Tokenization is beginning, and tokenization is going to be much larger than what anyone can anticipate. I think that this is a huge deal for Stellar, and a lot of people are still overlooking it. A lot of people are not going to pay attention to this. But as we look at the Stellar chart, You know, I think that this is very similar to the XRP chart. I could actually bring that up for you guys real quick. So let me go over here to XRP. So let me clear up the chart for you as well, just to make sure that you guys can visibly see everything. So as we look at both of these charts, and I will go to the 1 month on both of them, that way it's a little bit easier to see. So one thing that I've been noticing is just how close these two are correlated. I've shared this many times on this channel. I've talked about it many times on this channel as well. As everyone is trying to compare these two and say, oh, they're fighting for the same market. You know, I think that these two are incredible holds because they both move almost at the same exact time. As we look at where they both bottomed, they bottomed on the same exact candle during March of 2020. Obviously, most of the market did. But here's something pretty significant. As we see the entire market moving, here is November of 2020. A month later, we got the announcement around XRP's lawsuit. XLM followed exactly to the T of what XRP did, unlike the rest of the market. Again, showing how correlated these two are because XLM was not being sued. XRP was. Now, also, with that, we did see XLM follow the market just like XRP did. And when we seen the top for XLM, we also seen the top for XRP. And ever since, yes, the Stellar price has held up a little bit, XRP's price held up a little bit better than XLM's price. But as you do see, XLM came down to test a perfect area of opportunity, which was the bottom levels of September before we start that major move all the way up to about roughly 80 cents. As we look at XRP today, just like as we look at Stellar, these two have not made an all-time high in well over almost 2,000 days. It's been 730 days since XLM topped out here back in May of 2021. And as we do look at both of these assets, as we look at XRP, we know that regulatory issues are being dealt with. We've seen a lot of regulatory things coming out, especially around the hearings with Gary Gensler and the congressman of the US. To me personally, I think that regulations are moving very fast. And I think that it's only a matter of time until we do see that case be put behind us. And when that does happen, I do expect XRP to have some sort of major move in the market to the upside. As we do see that move in the market to the upside, especially around XRP, I do expect the same thing for XLM because so far we have correlated between these both almost identically on price action movement. So on the next run up, I'm not too sure on where XLM is going, but I do believe that we will most likely see a triple top on XLM at least. So I'm still expecting like roughly 50, 70, 80 cents, but I could see this thing going well over $1 plus, going to $2 plus, because this run up during 2021 was stifled due to what happened with XRP during this time as well, which is why I believe that the topping point for XRP was also stifled greatly. I actually can see XRP going and making a new all-time high, going to well over, its all-time high, probably going to $10 plus. And if we do see $10 plus for XRP, we could very well see anywhere between like $3 to $5 for XLM, and it might even be more because again, this is like me just explaining what could possibly happen. We don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can predict that. But I would ultimately love to see at least a 2x from the top up here, and I mean like the top of the candles. So this would be roughly like $2.77.5, which I think is great. I think that is perfect, especially off of the bottom here, because this would be about a 30x. Going off the bottom itself, it would be like a 40x. So to me, I think that the future is very bright for XLM. I think that XLM and XRP are both two incredible holds that you could have in your portfolio. I know a lot of people don't want to sell XRP and a lot of people don't want to sell XLM, and I don't blame you. I have a bag of both of them that I just won't sell at all because I see a very, very bright future for both of these assets long term. And, I think that a lot of these developments, a lot of these recent ones are proof of that. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me over on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.